Today, I'm going to be attempting to make art similar to a famous artist called Oogie Pote on my phone. Well, hold on. Who is Oogie Pote? If you haven't heard of him, Oogie Pote, or just Pote, is a Japanese digital illustrator who creates anime-styled artwork. He has his own YouTube channel, website, and art book where you can see a collection of his artwork. Although he draws in an anime style, his own style is unique and recognizable. His art often displays the serenity but challenges of adolescence, which I admire and relate to. Many of his art pieces show deeper meaning and specific details within the image, like this one for example. In this art piece, it displays a girl in a uniform with blue strings tied in her braids. One tie is trapping her hair into the fence behind her. From what I can guess, she could be getting bullied, or the strings tying her hair are trapping her in one place. Perhaps it represents that a part of her is stuck in a place she can't escape from. From observing and analyzing his artwork, I notice he uses methods such as hard lighting and light reflection to enhance his pieces. After going through his illustrations, I could say I already have a few favorites. The art that I want to reference off of is one of my favorites, this one. Luckily, I was also able to find the art speed paint on Oogie Pote's channel so I can see his process. Let's get started. After watching the speed paint, I see that Oogie Pote has 9 steps in his drawing process and separates them throughout the video. Our first step is the rough sketch, so let me just pull that out real quick. I made this sketch quite a long time ago, so yeah, I'm gonna need to fix it. Much better. Hold on, let me just get up my script. Okay, step 2. After the sketch, he moved on to the line art. And well, I don't really do line art. That word is really scary. But for the sake of replicating Oogie Pote, well, I have to try. So I finished the line art, and it didn't turn out half bad at all. There's still some gaps and I'll need to clean that up, so let's do that. So what I do here after completing the line art is making an overlay layer and clipping it to the line art. Afterwards, I paint over some parts that I want colored. I'm not copying the composition of this piece, but just like the lighting and the values. I feel like being able to see an artist's process is really helpful because there's only so much you can understand from studying their finished works. Now it's time for coloring. For me, I'd say that placing down the colors is the funnest and quickest part, although here, since I'm not drawn in my usual painterly style, it's gonna take more time. I was really tempted to draw the eyes in a TBHK style. If you don't know what that is, it's an anime that I watch and I really love, and I really like the style. And just look at them! The eyes and the style is so pretty. Afterwards, before shading the character, he gets the overall idea of the shadow and light in the whole piece. In my own process, I sometimes do this before I place down the colors, using grayscale and looking at the values. Also, I'm kind of just impatient and I just want to see how it looks like with shadows and lighting. Anyways, I'm a bit tired of yapping, so let's play some dramatic music for the speed paint. many days, I have finally finished this masterpiece. These are the results. Real-time thoughts here. This turned out pretty well, honestly. I'm pretty proud of how this turned out. I mean, compared to Ogipote, there's a massive skill gap. When you study the values of Ogipote's art piece, we notice that the hair is the darkest part of the entire image, which guides us to her face, where she's also holding the water bottle. I did a similar thing in mine, however, it definitely was not as well constructed as Ogipote. But I am pretty proud with especially how I did the lighting, how I did the shadows. If I were to rate it out of 10, I would give it an 8 out of 10. I'd give it an 8 out of 10. The lighting in this is probably better than my most recent pieces. And through this drawing process, I definitely learned quite a few things. If there's anything I can work on from what I've taken away, it would be lighting and intentional composition. I'll definitely be doing an art study like this again and trying to replicate like one of my favorite artists. Make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't. It would really be a big help and motivation to grow my channel even more, and I would just really appreciate that. I hope you guys enjoy this video. Peace out.